Hey guys, this is Treasure back with another video on Let's Talk About It. So today I really wanted to get into my pros and cons list on what I've learned as an escort and my experience as a sex worker. So I just one day woke up and I just started writing down a list of like all the great things that I learned, all the great things about myself that I started to notice, real positive things and qualities that I've picked up and I've transitioned with. And I felt the strong desire to share it with you guys. So I'm like really excited. What's super funny, I wrote down a list, I'm just kind of like glancing over. What's really exciting is my cons list is really short and my pros list is really long. So that's a really good thing. So let's just get to it. Also, there's been a little gap in the videos that I've been making because I did get very sick and I do not wish sickness on anyone. So I'm so glad to be back, feeling healthy, I thank God. So let's get to it. So one of the first pros on my list is me being less emotional towards men. That's literally what I wrote. Now, what do I mean by being less emotional towards men? So I was always the old Treasure, right? She used to just be super emotional. Just letting her emotions just take control. I always used to let my emotions dictate my decision making. I let it just be in the driver's seat of my life, you know. And we all know emotions are cool and all, but you don't want that to be the main thing making the decisions in your life because that can cause chaos. So I was a little bit all over the place with my emotions and I would never be able to like make a sound decision. So that was something that I noticed, and especially regarding men, like let's say if I started to like a guy and it was like all logical thought processes just went out the window and I was just all on feelings, you know, not making any sense, lashing out on silly things, things that really don't matter, making big deals about things that I really shouldn't be making a big deal about, you know. And then I noticed that after my experience, you know, I'm not as crazily emotional. I do have feelings, you know, I am human. So I'm not saying that I don't have emotions or things like that. But what I am saying is that I have it more in check, you know, and I don't allow it to be the main thing to make my decisions. So that's like a really great accomplishment in my personal opinion because I used to be super all over the place with my emotions. The next thing that I will say, the next pro is that I'm definitely much more secure within myself. Now, I don't know what it was that took place that allowed me to be more secure in myself. Maybe it was the sense of me gaining a different type of independence, you know, earning income abundantly. Maybe it was just the whole process of coming into my own as a woman. I think that's what it was because prior to working as an escort, I used to be more tomboyish. I did sports. You know, I didn't know what a negligee was. I didn't really know what lace was or a G-string. I just wore boy shorts and t-shirts and sneakers and went to practice, you know. So I think that as I became more equipped in my womanliness, if that makes sense, I believe that that's what helped me become more secure within myself. So that was something that I also noticed, which makes me very happy. And that also ties into my boost in self-esteem, self-worth, and confidence. Again, like I wasn't overly confident within myself. I didn't have much self-esteem. I didn't really have much self-worth. And I really, you know, as I'm talking about it and thinking out loud, I really think it did stem from me feeling like there was a lack. And again, like I used to be an athlete. I wasn't really super feminine. I didn't really like know my identity as a woman. And so the whole process of being an escort, it helped me become more aware of those things and finding out what are the things that, you know, that I like that helped me become more of like that solid woman that I feel is, you know, superior or great. And I started to become more of that and tap more into that. And I believe that that helped me become more confident in myself. So that was something else that was super big. My desire to win in life is huge. So, I always had a desire to be great, but it's different now. Like, not only am I just thinking it and brainstorming, but I'm literally like having like plans put together to like go out there and produce at such a high level. And I'm stopping at no end. And actually, what inspired me to start making these videos, if any of you people that know Wiz Khalifa, there was one tweet, or there was a message that he put out on social media, and like when I saw it, it really like influenced me to just go for it all the way. And basically he just put on his message, stop wondering if people are gonna like it and just do it. I think sometimes we spend too much time thinking about what other people are going to think if we do X, Y, and Z, but really, we only need ourselves, our own validation, our own, permission to do whatever. So for me, it's just like, what? It doesn't matter what other people think. Just whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you have your mind set to, go out and do it, and stop focusing on, the external, because it doesn't matter. So that was like a really big thing. And I can't wait to share more videos on what that will look like, what like the plans that I have together to, take myself to the next level and propel me. So that's something cooking up in the background. Okay. Another big thing that I used to do, and I absolutely hated myself for it, but I always felt like I needed someone there to like almost hold my hand on my pathway to success. Now, this is not to say that you don't need support or you don't need people in your corner to help push you, because I definitely talk about that in my book, how important it is to have people in your life to help you on your way to success. But what I am saying is something that I struggled with was I had a hard time starting first with me. You have to be the first person to get the ball going. If you have an idea, if you have a vision, no one can really see it. They can only support you if they're there with you, but you're the person that's in the driver's seat, so you have to get the ball running. And I always felt like if I wanted to just do any simple thing, go here or do this, I needed someone to be there. And really, I just needed myself. It was like I was afraid to just be solid with myself and just do the things that I said that I wanted to do, or do the things, or act on the ideas that I had. Like, I always feel like I needed validation from someone else. Like, oh, what do you think of this? And if someone else thought that it was cool, then I would do it. But really, it's like, if you think it's cool, then it's cool. So that was one of the biggest things now, where it's like, if I want to do something, I'm just going to go and just do it. Or if I have a thought, just write it down. Or if I want to put in a video. So that was like a big thing that I noticed, a significant change within myself that I noticed. And I was really proud of myself because I know how much I struggled with that. Again, just, my ability to make money. I definitely do believe that if you want to be quite successful monetarily, you need more than one stream of income. So not that I think that sex work is the only way, only means of income. There are so many other ways to make money. And now that I'm at this place in my life, I'm like, I did go to school. I have a lot more skills and talents that I want to put out there and use and monetize it. So I'm in this place now where I'm brainstorming, I'm planning to put, my ideas and thoughts into action to produce more. So definitely stay tuned for that, because I'll be taking you guys along that journey as well on ways to build income. So that was another thing. And then also the biggest thing, and I can only really speak for myself as a female, but I used to embody such a strong masculine energy. I used to embody such strong masculine qualities, and I was not feminine at all. And I never realized it because one, I never had like a woman in my life to teach me how to be feminine. And I was surrounded a lot about, sorry, tongue twister. I was, surrounded around a lot of men, especially in the sports world. So I didn't really know much about like when it came to feminine things, how to be more ladylike, how to carry yourself as a lady, as a woman. I didn't even really know what lingerie was, and like sexiness and all of that stuff, you know. It wasn't until I started to spend more time with women and I was just very observant on how they were, how they interacted with men, how gentle and sweet they were. It was like almost like woman one-on-one etiquette for me personally. So I learned how to really tap more into my womanly side. And I really think that as I started, and I'm still learning, right? Because it's a learning process. But truly, when I began to tap more into my feminine nature, when I became more gentle and more feminine, I started to notice the response from men was different. They were willing to do more things for me and they were nicer to me. So it's just something that I noticed, and I'm still learning to, just become more in tune with, for sure. So that was pretty much like my pros list. And then my cons list was literally one thing on my list, and not and I'll just say it because I have to, right? It's why I made the video. But I've always been this way before the industry. However, I noticed that after I've gotten out of it, it's been stronger, and that is I'm not as open to commitment or relationships. Now, I am not like a feminist type of person where I feel like, women are better than men, or, I do believe that we both have our rights and things like that. However, I've always been the type of chick that believed in finding self and finding like my purpose in life. And I always value that more than a relationship or being married or things like that. For many reasons, I do believe before I can even be with someone, I need to know who I am anyways. Because what am I really giving someone if I have no idea who I am? That's always been my biggest philosophy, especially when I was younger. I would always like have friends who got into relationships or they had kids and they got married, started families. And I just always felt inadequate. Like I just wasn't secure within who I was as a person. I feel like I didn't know who I was. So it never made sense for me to be in a relationship. I always told myself, not saying it's something that will never happen, but I always told myself if I were to ever take that step, like you need to know who you are. Not saying you have to have all the pieces and everything together, but my life purpose, fulfilling that matters more to me than anything else. So that's more so the reason why I feel relationships aren't in my best interest right now. And honestly, a lot of the things that I've seen with men and stuff, it's really made me pump the brakes a bit. I'll wait on that. But yeah, guys, I'm just really excited about all the great things that are coming about, on my journey to success in life. I'm all about just growing, producing at a higher level, discovering more things about myself, and taking you guys on the journey. So that's all I have for you guys. Until next time, we'll talk about it.